Hey guys and girls, welcome back to another exciting episode of All About You. In today's video, we will have a match between Jonathan Taveras on the right versus Kaitie, the goddess, on the left. So I took a lot of your opinions and concerns about the previous match. Thank you all for watching it. It was exciting. However, there were points where Kaitie was taking some time on her turns and it was just a little too long, and I mentioned it in the video. So now we're gonna have the video go way smoother. Guys and girls, I did put a few edits just to speed up the pace of the video. So everything's gonna be there. The game state will remain the same. I just don't want anyone thinking anything actually changed. It's just to keep the video going so that we can have the commentary, on fire. I like to keep talking. I don't like to pause because there's just too many moments of just still nothing happening gameplay. You get what I'm saying? So, guys and girls, I also want to thank you all for showing a lot of support to the Patreon. The Patreon has been growing, and it's because of you guys. I'm going to dedicate my time. This is my job, guys and girls. So, content for YouTube, content for Patreon. I'm going to be starting my Twitch channel soon for this card game. It's going to be Dragon Ball. There's going to be a lot of Dragon Ball content, and I'm going to start branching out to other card games as well. But for all of you that love the Dragon Ball content, expect a lot of it and more frequent, because that's what I'm going to be doing. So right now, they're both just prepping up, getting ready. I believe Jonathan Taveras will be going first in this matchup. And we're going to see how Kaitie plays against Mill. Again, guys and girls, we have this whole conception with a lot of players saying that Mill is just too strong in this format. I beg to differ. I also have on my Patreon where I break down how to beat the deck, and I show it. It's not just hearsay. It's not just going through ideas. It's not deck theory. It's reality. You can beat Mill, no problem. The issue is how you approach the matchup. And yes, guys and girls, it's all up to you and how you play. So right now, they're starting the game. I just kind of fast forwarded it so they can have their life visible. Jonathan charged a demon sword, and he passed. That was all he can do. So now Kaitie, she drew for her turn, and we're gonna see how she starts this game. Again, Janemba Mill doesn't do much often. Like on his turn one, he could have potentially played. He could have played the one drop just to start searching his pieces, but he didn't have it. You're not always gonna have those cards to start off in the game. So fortunately, Kaitie is already getting her start off. She's doing a little bit of taking from different areas in life. I told her she should do that. It's just my style of playing, guys and girls. You know it. You've seen me do it at pretty much all the major events. Sometimes in casuals, I'll go up the line, but I just don't like doing that. I feel like I want to make it as random as possible, even though things are random. But you never know when some of your cards are like stuck together, certain cards are together. So anyways, Kaitie swings out with the Broly that she just brought out. She put pressure. Jonathan took the life. Now she's attacking with the leader. So we got the Broly leader going in, 10K for 10K, and Jonathan's deciding whether or not he's going to take it. And he decides to take it. Right now he's reaching over for the life. So Jonathan is currently at 6 life while Kaitie's at 6 life. This is a good pace for Broly, ladies and gentlemen. Broly wants to keep the game going. And there we go. We have the one drop that I just spoke of earlier. So this is the one drop that allows you to look at the top 7 for a Janemba piece, and you can add it to your hand. And what's good is that if you run the 3 drop, the 3 drop allows you to evolve over for 2 energy, and you start getting the game going. So this is cool. Right now, Jonathan was able to fetch the Agent of Destruction Janemba, which is probably the best Janemba, in my opinion, outside of Demon Sword. Demon Sword and that Janemba are the best, hands down. So right now, he attacked with his leader. Kaitie had a mill too. And right now, she's in the midst of cutting the deck. They're just progressing the gameplay. That's really good. You want to keep the game going as you're doing all these actions. Just pay attention. But it's always good to have a healthy flow of gameplay going on, and just focusing on what's going on. So overall, right now, we're going to see exactly what happens. Kaitie, I guess, is deciding whether or not she's going to take the damage. And we're going to see what happens. No, sorry. He attacked Kaitie's battle card. Wow. Okay, well, Jonathan, I don't agree on that play necessarily because you're helping your opponent go up the chain. All right, guys and girls, so that wasn't a terrible play by Jonathan, but you don't want to bank on your opponent not having the 4-drop. And I know you may attack the little guy just to avoid extra pressure, but you're helping your opponent also achieve the chain, which is not good. And because he dropped the 1-drop and left it there, I don't believe that was a good play because now at this point, Kaitie could use her leader's ability when she awakens. But anyways, she dropped the yellow battering. She has battering in her energy area, and she's going to now see exactly what she wants to do in this game. This is going to be very interesting. You know, Kaitie's already at 4 life thanks to Jonathan swinging in at the battle card. And she already has the 15K. She already went up the chain once. And all she has to do is go up the chain 3 more times to hit that secret rare. You know, and that's something that you got to always keep in mind. 4 to 6, 6 to 8, and then 8 to 8, but the secret rare. So always keep that in mind when you're playing against the deck. You always have to analyze at what point do you want your opponent to go up the chain. If you have no field, you know they can't use their leader's skill to go up the chain. If you have a field, then you know that's one of their options. So now you know that all they need is like a Paragus into a field card, and bam, they already can go up to the secret rare if they have the pieces. And you don't want to chance your opponent not having the pieces. But anyway, so she attacks. He guards up with Cell. Cell is the one that allows you to draw a card. It's a nice pseudo combo. That's the name that we all call it. And now she's playing Paragus. She's playing Daddy. Daddy's going out on the board. She's going to start searching her deck. And she's going to get that nice field card to get the game going. Control Mechanism is a phenomenal card. And it's one of the pieces, main pieces of the Broly deck. You want to make sure you have it because it's always a free pop, free draw, you know, and that's how I like to explain this deck. It's just made up of pieces, and you want to always make sure that you're laying down the footwork, the groundwork, so that you can progress your game state at any point in the game. That's very important. And you want to make sure that you're always, you know, analyzing what you can do and what you can't do. But Kaitie's in a good position. She's at a solid 4 life. She hasn't awakened yet. She has the pieces. Now she's putting pressure with Paragus, guys and girls, which is always good. If you have a good piece, let's see if she has the spider. Let's see if she has the buggy. We call it the buggy. Let's see if she has that nice little 5K combo. And she doesn't, but she just wants to keep putting pressure, and it's a why not. Because you put pressure, you're going to refill up your hand with Broly's effect. You just got to be careful because you are going up against Mill. And like I said to my Patreons, this is negative interest. And Jonathan is smart right now. Jonathan is going to take this opportunity to guard because he does not want to give her a free level up. And that is smart. So if Jonathan fully guards, I believe he will. He looks undecided. All right, guys and girls. So he's a little undecided, and he chooses to guard out of hand. All right. Well, Jonathan, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. And Kaitie, I would have played that. I would have probably played that a little bit differently. But it's all up to how she wants to do this game. She could have awakened, got the energy, drew her card, and she could have used her Broly skill to actually pop her Broly and pop the Psycho Demon. But in my opinion, that could have been a nice play at this point. But she decided to go a different route. So we're going to see. We're going to see what happens. I always like to take full advantage when I'm playing against my opponent to use my Broly skill effect. Anytime you have that opening, guys and girls, you take it. That's my opinion. That's why I would have went straight for it, so she could have saved the Paragus and saved the field card on the board. Because what she could have done was, from the 6-drop, she could have went right into the 6-drop by using her Broly skill, her leader, popped popped his Psycho Demon, and then if she wanted to go up to the 8-drop, she would have just used the Paragus at that point and just keep the field card in play. Keep it in play, and and just keep doing what you got to do. But anyways, she went down up to the 6-drop. She had to drop 2 cards from her hand, as you saw, and now she's thinking of the awakening. She's thinking of it, but it's like, if you were going to awaken at that point, you should have just awakened and used the skill. But Kaitie, she's a good player. She knows what she has to do. Sometimes her sequencing may be a little off, but guys and girls, we're all learning as we progress. Same thing with me. We all make some mistakes. We make, some questionable play errors. It happens, You just want to make sure that you play as clean and crisp when it matters. That's the most important thing. So now she's using her skills, the fact, to search out for the Broly piece, the one drop. She hasn't used it yet. But guys and girls realize this is negative interest. Does she really need that one drop Broly right away? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. We're going to see how she plays the game. But right now, she just gave Jonathan a mill one. Every time you draw cards from your deck, it's a mill one. Right now, she awakened, it's a mill one. You have to look at it like you're on a time. You're on a timer, and you just got to make the best use of that time. So now she's restanding a green energy. Okay? So that's interesting. Now we're going to be able to see some of her play lines, see where she's going to go with this match. Jonathan does have some life to spare. He has been guarding up accordingly. So Jonathan understands, and this is a tip for all of you guys and girls. Make sure you're guarding early, even though you want to take that life. You want to take the life when you need to take the life, when your opponent is hitting numbers that you just cannot afford to lose that many cards in hand. So now she's going in, she's attacking, and we're about to see what happens. She's attacking with that 6-drop. That's 25K double strike. Just like my friend would say it, double. But Broly's swinging in hot, and we're going to see what happens. We're going to see how this is going to shape up. And at this point, I guess she's reverting that attack back because Jonathan is telling her to wait. And we're going to see. We're going to see if Jonathan's going to make a different play. He's just, I guess, figuring out what's going on. Anytime your opponent's moving a little fast, you can always tell your opponent to slow down so you can gather your thoughts. That's another tip. If you want the game to be slowed down a little bit, it's fine. As long as you're not keeping the game stagnant, then it's okay. So now she's going in with the attack at her leader, at his leader, and she's going in for it. She's using the buggy, and she's giving that nice 5K to her leader. 30K for an unawakened leader is a great number because your leader is a 10K, meaning that you have to guard 2 10Ks and a 5K to get out of that. That's either going to take some of your super combos away from you when you're not even awakened, or it's going to just take value, a lot of cards in hand. So at this point, he's almost forced to take it. You see, these are the moments where you're almost forced just to take the damage. It's just, even if you have the combo power to guard out of it, you just shouldn't, because you end up losing the game off of just resource management if you do that. Unless you're playing against another leader that can draw up to 6 cards, you might as well not do that. So I think Jonathan is just kind of figuring it out. So Kaitie's actually slowing down for Jonathan, and now she's attacking his leader. That's 20K. 20K, he's unawakened. That is a good number. She doesn't even have to invest in that at all. 20K is a great number. Leave it at that. Let him guard out if he pleases. But again, I just did not agree leaving that Psycho Demon on the board. You're giving Jonathan, the mill player, you're giving him the opportunity to actually now on his turn, he's going to be able to awaken on his turn, but he'll be able to overlay the 3-drop over the 1-drop if you don't get rid of that card. And it's going to be bad. And now she's using a super combo. So at this point, I'm guessing that Kaitie is right now digging. I don't agree with those plays, guys and girls. You don't want to dig and waste super combos at those moments. You want to kind of have your field and everything set up prior to. Try not to go hard looking for those pieces unless it's the end all be all and you're going to lose. So Jonathan right now is at he's at 4 life. It's kind of hard to kind of see it since I have the little recording on the mix, but he awakened. And Jonathan's going to defend well. He's not taking that, and now he's playing a free hand. So it was okay for Kaitie to guard. For her to combo up to 30, and Jonathan just comboed a nice solid. He comboed pretty well. He guarded up. I again believe that the 20K would have been self-sufficient. She could have made him awaken because that would have been 3 5Ks out of hand or 1 10K and a 5K, which again, Jonathan would have had to use that super combo. And as you can see, he didn't have any. That's why he awakened. He didn't have any super combos. You're not always going to have it. And Psycho is still on the board, and I just don't agree with this because If she should end her turn, this is going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem because she's going to give Jonathan more tools to mill her out. And you always want to be careful. You always want to be careful and make sure that you're not helping your opponent beat you. This is going down to some of the videos that I've talked about. You want to prevent giving your opponent the chance to use their own tools against you, especially when you have the answers to stop them. So right now, there's like just a little stalemate. And we're going to see. We're going to see what happens as far as this turn. Again, guys and girls, I did cut out some of the pacing of it, but I still want to give the players time and I want you guys to see their thought process. So at this point, she's deciding to KO. She's using now her Broly skill. All right. And she's bringing out the 8-drop. Now, I can tell that she did not draw the 8-drop. She already had the 8-drop, guys and girls. As we saw when she swung out with Broly, she didn't draw into it, and she used the super combo, which I didn't agree with that. She drew into like 2 pieces that were unnecessary. She could have done that first and then swing out and recover her hand. Maybe at this point, she just wanted to reduce the amount of cards she drew, which at that point, I give it to her. That wasn't a bad strategy. She's forcing Jonathan to go in very, very low life. Jonathan had to go to 2 life early on. That's harsh. But she still accomplished the goal. Like I said, don't allow your opponent to beat you. So I'm very glad that Kaitie was able to get rid of that Psycho Demon, Psycho. You want to make sure that your opponent doesn't have those tools. And she forced the awaken, which, guys and girls, Janemba doesn't like that. No leader likes to be forced to awaken on your opponent's terms. And that's how you want to play the game. You want to play the game strategically, that you can force your opponent into a bad situation. And either way, whether they awaken or they don't awaken, it's not going to be good for them. But they have to choose the better of the worst. You get what I'm saying? So, again, now Jonathan is charging a second Demon Sword. Ow. I'm not liking that energy. The Vegito is fine, but the 2 Demon Swords, that's the babies. That's the core of the deck. And now Jonathan is forced to play another Psycho, and he might be trying to evolve, but now he's already awakened, so there's no way to recur that energy, guys and girls. That means that he's going to have one of those untapping Trunks in hand or a Sensu Bean right now. He's going to have some Sensu Bean action, but if he does, and he tries to restore and swing out at her, at Kaitie, all Kaitie has to do is use Broly's effect and pop the Psycho if she sees that play coming out. Guys and girls, you just pay attention to the match and forget it. You could do so many wonders. So many things can happen when you play. But anyways, I see this as a pretty good situation. Jonathan got another agent. So we're going to see how this is going to play out. He's going straight for the evolve. That means, guys and girls, he must have an untapped Trunks in hand. If he does not, that would be a terrible play. So right now he's thinking, he's swinging out at Kaitie's leader with Gohan. And he has it. He has it, guys and girls. He has it. So, okay, that's 20K. She's choosing to take it. All right. She just didn't want to use her effect yet. She could have popped it. But she's allowing, she wanted to take that damage. And now he's thinking, whoa, I don't know about that. I don't know about attacking. Unless you're going to use that skill right away, I wouldn't attack, and he could just pop you. And she could have popped him, guys and girls. He misplayed. She could have actually popped him at that attack when he used that unyielding. She could have popped that Janemba. That's what I would have done. I would have taken that damage like a champ, but I would have pop. That would have been a wrap for that fatty. You would have got scooped up, fatty. But anyways, now Jonathan is scared because he's like, dang, I can't leave this on the board. Can't leave it. So right now, Jonathan put himself in a bad spot, bad position. So he's using Janemba's skill. He's tapping out. He's now forced to use some Dimension Magic action. And if not, he's going to get scooped up. Jonathan made a crucial play error, and Kaitie didn't capitalize on it. That's why I say, guys and girls, you have to pay attention to the current game state. Because right there, we all saw that play. You all are watching with me. We all saw it. But anyways, so Jonathan went through the whole procedure, put the guy into the bottom, went around that action, and bam. And now she went straight into the secret air. She just dropped her hand. You know, Jonathan could have played that whole turn a little bit more strategic, though, and he would have been fine. But, you know, I just didn't agree. I didn't agree with that. So now Jonathan is attacking her leader, milling and drawing. And now she's going to 2 life. She's forced to go to 2. You know, again, the sequencing of plays aren't the greatest. They could have played a little differently. Both players could have played a little bit more efficient. However, the game is still going and it's looking good. This is an interesting game. I'm liking what I see overall. We have the secret rare, guys and girls, that 7 drop. A lot of yous mentioned in the previous video. That is her proxy for the secret rare. You know, excuse her. We don't have an abundance of copies right now. I'm waiting for my secret rare in the mail. You know, so there's not much, you know, that I can say. But anyways, now she's attacking with the secret rare. She's at 2 life, guys and girls. So Jonathan does not have to lose his hand. And I do want to excuse the background noise because you guys already know every single video this happens. But that's because there's always someone dying. I don't know what to say. But anyways, so right now, Jonathan was able to negate that. He's at 1 life. She's swinging out with leader. And at this point, she should not go hard. You know, I wouldn't go hard because Janemba is very well equipped at being able to defend. However, what I would say is that if she had some super combos, she could actually have comboed to a degree, because she could force Jonathan to have to tap that energy out. You know, she could force him, but she didn't. So now she's swinging out, and that's Mafuba action. You know, Jonathan has the tools for a Mafuba, and it's a why not at this point. Now, if she has like Tragic Awakening, it would have been game over. If she has Tragic, it's game over. You know, it could be game over. She would just pop the 6-drop Broly in her energy as the cost, and then bring out the 6-drop and swing out. Jonathan is at 1. He would be forced to use his effect. He hasn't used his skill yet, but he would have been forced to use that negate, and he would have had to deal with that on the board, and that's just too much. But she didn't have it. So she ended. I believe she felt like she misplayed, guys and girls. I recall this vaguely. But anyways, Jonathan is charging. He charged another Janemba piece. Like, I don't know what's going on. Jonathan's charging all his Janemba stuff. I don't know. Maybe he's just drawing so many copies. Maybe that could be it. I just don't agree with that energy. That energy just looks atrocious. But anyway, so he is playing the 3-drop. So he had the 3-drop, and he's playing the 3-drop. And he's swinging out. Right now, Janemba is okay. He's not in any threat. She doesn't have anyone that can pop barrier. So Jonathan is taking advantage of that. You know, that's a free 5K block, though. You know, Janemba's 19K, so those awkward numbers are good for defense, but they're not good for offense. Anyways, now she's getting attacked with Janemba, the leader, and he's putting pressure. Jonathan is putting pressure. He wants to lay that groundwork in there. So Kaitie looks like she has relatively a small deck left. She doesn't have too many cards left. You know, I say that this game will probably last another turn overall. So like if she doesn't win this turn, she might be able to last one more turn. But at this point, it is clockwork, guys and girls. Clockwork, and you just got to make the most of it. So right now, she's just deciding on what she's going to do. And I believe she's thinking of guarding at this point. Or is she going to go to 1? You know, she just got to be careful, because if her hand is not strong, if she takes it, Jonathan might try to chance it. Especially if she doesn't have a negate, you never know when your opponent might just chance it. So right now she's guarding, and that's kind of telling me some information right there. You know, it's telling me information that she won't want to go to 1 life. Because at this point, you know, obviously she doesn't feel like she can win the game. And you got to be careful, because on your opponent's turn, if you can't win on your turn, you're giving your opponent a chance to just dump their hand out at you, especially the Janemba player. You don't want to do that. So right now they're just both kind of like calculating to see what's milled. Kaitie did look at her oh my God. Okay. All right. Jonathan is tapping out. Whoa, woo, woo. He is tapping out. Okay. I don't agree with that tap out. I don't know. I don't know his hand, but I don't know. So I think right now Jonathan is just trying to speed up the mill process. I think he is trying to mill her out so that Okay, so you see, I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know about all that. Anyways, now she just lost 3 cards. Jonathan is, it's fine. Luckily, again, it didn't matter on the tap out because we have the agent, as you guys all know. So he was able to untap his energy at the end of the turn. But I don't know. I feel like that could have been played a little bit better by Kaitie, but it's fine. She's still in the game. That's why at some point I would have took the damage because I saw a super combo in her hand. And I saw if she has a shocking, I think there was a shocking in hand. I'm not 100% sure. But if her hand was weak, then she had to just defend because that could have been the game breaker. Jonathan could have still dumped hand and secured the game. But anyway, so now she is at 4 energy. She has 2 yellow open and two green. Jonathan's getting attacked by leader. So right now, Jonathan is telling her, wait 1 second. And he's like, come. He's using the Jiren. He's like, just come and bring it on. Again, I do want to apologize for some of that background noise. It's very annoying. But, guys and girls, it is what it is. We're in the city. And that's what happens in New York City. That's all you hear all day, So kind of doesn't matter when I actually record. So now Jonathan is just waiting. Kaitie is deciding whether or not she's going to combo. And we're going to see what happens. We're going to see how this unfolds. She does have a super combo in hand, which is good. I would put pressure on his leader at this point. It's a why not. It's a why not. You want Jonathan to have to tap out. If he taps out, he's in trouble. But it just depends. It depends how she wants to play the game. She could right now put pressure and try to game him since that attack went through. I say it's an opening, so you take it, and there we go. She's going, and I would just get rid of some of the extra cards. There we go. And that's 25K. I would sweeten the pot. I would definitely sweeten the pot. We would sweeten the pot a bit. You got to go high. You got to go relatively high because that's kind of light work for Janemba. 10K, he could just use a pseudo combo, tap out, draw a card, and then put 5K and be safe because he still has his leader's negate. You got to remember that, guys and girls. So unless she has the chain pieces, see if she has the chain pieces or she has the 6 to 8, then I would say all right. Ooh, nice job, Kaitie. Woo! She's 25, 35, 45. 45. Single strike. I like what I see. Now, it's going to be hard for Jonathan. He needs a super combo. He needs to use some super combo action. It's going to be difficult. That's 45. Oh, that's 25. That's 35. Up, that's 45. I think we're looking at 45. And 50. He guarded out. Jonathan guarded out. There we go. Use that tragic awakening. She's using it. She pops the Broly, the same Broly that I told you. She's doing the play. She's attacking. He's using his skill. And now just pop your Broly with control mechanism and go up to the 8 drop. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. We're going up to the 8 drop. Drop those 2 cards. Bam. Keep some combo power. GG. And Jonathan lost the game. Kaitie, the goddess, won the match. Congratulations.
Wins, I'm going to be tight. No offense, I would have been so tight, bro.